Tozani bokhokho nomkhulu saluka sendoda leso kokho bathini bathu mavula kuvala emzweni amadoda. Auntie Usha, your number one locksmith. Today we're saying as gift as malume. Today we are saying stop the bad luck pattern. Stop the bad luck pattern. Koko, every time this year, this time of the year, or at a specific time of the year, I lose my job. Have you heard of those things? Koko, every time, every after 2 years, every year, every after 5 years, I've noticed something, I'll lose my job. Koko, every time when I'm in a relationship, should something like this happens, or if I can smell something like this, I know my relationship is over. Koko, if I study, whenever I'm studying and I'm studying from home, I know I'm going to fail that subject that I'll be studying from home. Whenever, Koko, I've noticed this pattern. Whenever I start opening my books and try to read, to study, I get stomach cramps, I get headache, something feels like period pain, you just don't know. I know, Koko, and then I'm going to fail that subject. Koko, whenever the exams comes, even before I study, if I can have this feeling that ABC happens, I know I'm going to fail. Koko, I've been married 3 times, and my marriages, they end the same way. The first wife, this is what happened. The second wife, this is what happened. The third wife, this is what happened. It's exactly the same way and more or less at the same time. Pattern. Umkhokha. Koko, whenever I can see this, I know that the next 7 days, I'm going to have a nightmare of a headache. Koko, if I can dream with this, if I can dream A or C or whatever, I know for sure this is what is going to happen. All the time, it's the same thing happens. Koko, if I can touch umuthi, just your simple muti, Koko, I know for the fact yoguti I'm going to dream eating something. Koko, why? Why is this thing? Koko, I had a spiritual partner for more than 5 years now. Somebody said to me, I'm even getting to use of it because it's even, I've said it in one of the videos, one person will say, I'm now starting to enjoy making love while I'm sleeping with my spiritual partner more than I do with my physical partner, with my real partner. Pardon me, with my real partner. I'm now enjoying the love making with my spiritual partner more than with my real partner. I've asked this other lady this week to say, how are things? You had a problem of finding a work and everything. You didn't have a partner and everything. And I remember reading a WhatsApp from you saying that things are fine, you are happy and everything. When it comes to relationship, she has found herself being happy with a spiritual partner. It does happen. Because whenever she can have that dream, even if it's not issues of sex and everything, just being with that spiritual partner, she feels good. It's the best feeling ever. And I said, no. You can't enjoy that. It was meant for you to enjoy it, but you can't, because it's going to destroy what is a reality. You can't. We need to stop that. Why is this pattern keeps on coming? Other people will even say, Gogo, I have traveled to stop this from happening. Gogo, I love masturbating more than anything you can think of. Whenever we are sitting and everything, I will just complain about, hey, I have a headache, I want to sleep. I know I'm going to do masturbation. And this thing happens every time I see this, I hear this, then I know that then it has started. I will go to somebody, they will give me something to use, and that thing will work for a short while, because as soon as I dream of something, I know from tomorrow onwards, it's nothing but masturbation. Gogo, what must I do? What is it, Gogo, that must I do? I am tired of this life, Gogo, because this has become a pattern. A pattern. Gogo, I have whatever X a number of kids with different mothers. None of those mothers have done anything wrong with me, to me. However, I know that the relationship is now ending. As soon as a woman says to me, I'm pregnant, as if I didn't know that if I don't condomize, she will fall pregnant. But as soon as a woman tells me that I'm pregnant, I know it's the end of a relationship. One, I'm not going to see the child. Maybe in the first year or years. Two, we are going to be enemies with that woman. Three, I'm going to lose contact with that woman. I know for the fact. And whenever it happens that we meet or we call each other or whatever we talk, we will both ask ourselves, Konja, what happened? What went wrong, by the way? And we look at each other in the eyes and say, I don't know. It's a pattern. Gogo, I'm tired. I want to have a family now. I want to settle down. Now, Gogo, I want a full-time job. Gogo, now I want to run a successful business, because every time this happens, I know I'm going to lose that deal. Gogo, I meet relevant people, the decision makers. However, just at the eve of me getting that deal, vele come kumunyu, irritation, then I know I'm going to lose that job. Gogo, I had calls of people saying to me, I do not want to make a business with you anymore. Gogo, without anything that I've done, making sure that I note down each and everything that is my responsibility in this project for it to be successful, so that I don't do mistakes. I prioritize. The worst part is that it's 1 or 2 or 3 deals that I know for sure that I have prioritized to say, maybe the problem is with me. It's how I behave and everything. I will make sure that I give this guy a new number. And I will make sure that if that phone rings, I will answer it. It doesn't matter what I'm busy with. I will answer it so that they don't have an excuse to say, you are not available on the phones, you don't respond to WhatsApp, what, you don't respond to our emails. And at Gogo, I did something, I did everything. I did my best, absolutely best. But I know if I can dream of her or him, there's this old woman in my family, there's this cousin of mine, there's this sister, there's this brother of mine, or my mother, or my father. If I can dream of one of those people, I know Gogo, that deal, it's gone. The worst thing, Gogo, when I answered the phone on this other deal, I said to the gentleman, "Hi, how are you? I know what you're going to say. It's okay, my brother. I know it's a petting." And the guy the other side said, "How did you know what I was going to say to you?" And he said, I apologize. What did you wanted to say? "No, man, things are not well financially. I know I've promised you this and everything, but we've decided to look at somebody within the company that can provide the service, or within our suppliers that can also, render the service to us. But should anything comes up, I'll give you a call." They knew Oguti, because they've dreamt about that person, they've seen that person, they've received a message from that person. Why is that, Gogo? Gogo, why is that? Why is that, Gogo? Why so much consistency on things that are going wrong to me? Gogo, things are going from better to worse, and sometimes from worse to even worse. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what have I done to anyone to deserve such a punishment. Gogo, assist me, please. Guys, I wish you knew, or you know, Uguti, how much trauma you leave me sometimes. Sometimes I'll sit and listen to somebody's story and say to myself, maybe I'm watching a movie here. I don't think this is real. I think I'm watching a movie here. I think I'm on YouTube. I think I'm on Showmax here. I'm watching a series here. If somebody unpacks the live series, and then you realize to say, you know what, God? Yeah, I know, Guti. I went down on my knees and I spoke to my ancestors in terms of saying, can I please have a financial freedom? I need to pay that and that and that and that and that and that. Then you realize that, Gogo, there are people who have more problems than what you think they have. And the disadvantage of that, of being a healer, is that Tina, as healers, or let me speak for myself. Mina, as a healer, I found myself not having a place to offload. Because even psychologists that we have, or that I've consulted, you hardly find a psychologist that also understand the duties of the underground squad. We go to people that went to school for being psychologists, for doing counseling or whatever. But I've never met a person. I have advised many people that I assist, whom we have confirmed that they have a calling and they're working as psychologists, they're doing counseling, whatever. And they all promise, and I believe them, that one day they will work with clients like me as a healer, so that they're able to say, remember, ancestors, this is how they behave. You remember, this is what is expected of you, but no, let's balance it this way, So you guys will come and you offload. You offload on us and you leave. When somebody comes and say, Thank you, Coco. I feel okay now. I think there's something off my shoulders. I feel light. I think I'll sleep better today, Coco. I've been wanting to see you, and I got exactly what I wanted. Trust me, what you get off your shoulders, it comes to my shoulders. What you get off your head, it comes to my head. When you say you are going to sleep better, I'm not going to sleep better. Because every time I go to bed, I reflect of what happened during the day. I need to wake up sometimes at 12 to assist somebody for a path, or at 4 a.m. I know if I can't sleep and everything, if I forgot, if I can go to Emakosin and sit down, I know that thing will come to say, you promised Usbanban to assist them, to pray with them. Then the question again, Koko, what must I do? Why is this pattern happens to me the way it does? The answer is not as simple as I'm going to tell you. The answer needs you to think deep. And if you think deep about it, you'll know exactly, Oguti. You don't have time to sit down while things have become a pattern. Koko, I don't know how many of e-group do I have, or how many of e-group have I collected. None of them they've ever worked for me. None, Koko. But I go to a person whereby I've been referred to a person that took it there and it's working for them. But to me, it's not working. Koko, if I take a scope, it will work for a short while. Or Koko, if I take a scope, it will work as soon as I reach a point whereby I say to myself, yeah, finally, I found the one. As soon as I reach that point, Koko, trust me, it's over. Koko, listen to this. It's over. Now I'm going to see things falling. Now I'm going to see the boat sinking. Suddenly, the boat is sinking. Just when I thought that I'm at my peak now, things are happening. How many of us who are in a business whereby you once had that feeling to say, even if you don't have money, but that feeling, that inner voice that says to you, we're moving now. We are now touch and go. We're now moving. We're moving to the right direction now. And suddenly things falls. Because moving to the right direction doesn't always mean money. No. That's why we find ourselves so poor. It doesn't mean money all the time. For the fact that a contact says to you, I'll come back to you. I've saved your number. Then after an hour or two, then the phone rings. It's him or her. You answer, they say, hey man, thanks man for reminding me. That deal is yours. It's not in your hands, but already you appreciate. You can tell your facial expression changes. You have a business charm. You are a charmer to a business. You can feel, man, things are happening now. Things are happening. Things are happening now. But suddenly, boom. Again, Koko. I've asked this earlier. Why? Because our enemies, whether within a family, whether in workplace, whether in a business sector, whether in a community, are very consistent. The consistency of our enemies, it's out of this world. Our enemies are so consistent in such a way that no other thing is as consistent as the enemy. You call it a pattern of things that are happening in your life. They call it consistency. because they want to see you down and out. Why, Kota Koko? Is the enemy can really go to that level? Yes, because we don't want to stand up and act. We wait for something to become a pattern. That's when we wake up and smell the coffee. Deal with something the first time you see it, or the second time, it's enough. The second time it happens, that pattern, as soon as it reaches 2 steps, as soon as it happens twice, kabili, khabedi, you must know ukuthi it's time to act. Don't wait for the 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time. Don't want to enjoy telling your story to healers to say, hey, yes, it has been happening for 10 years now. It's not a good story to tell. No, it's not a good story to tell. It's not. Why do you have to wait for that long? Why do you make your enemy to be so happy? The fact that you can see, man, this thing happened, it means they haven't captured your entire thinking. You still have a chance to do something. Sorry. You still have a chance to do something. But if you wait for it to become a pattern because you want to tell, or you think you're going to, you think you'll be telling the better story to a healer, forget it. Ay, go, as answers, man. I'm tired of staying alone. These things. How do you reach 5th time this thing happened and still not doing anything? And the reason our enemies are so consistent, because they know that the majority of people, they are lazy to stand up for their own lives. We sit down, you can see that things are falling apart. You can see that, you know what, in this family, there is now a family, a spiritual family. Food finishes, something sleeps with us. You do this, it's the same. You do this, the same. You can see, but you are not doing anything. It's time we stand up and we be at par with our enemies. We need now to look at our enemies face to face. By doing what? By doing what is right, by going to get help. Whether you are going to your healer, you are going to your prophet, you are going to your pastor, it doesn't matter where you are going. Go get help before it's too late. Because me sitting next to you sometimes care so much to listen to your story. I will tell other people to say, yeah, he normally tells. I remember he used to tell me of, if you can dream of this is what's going to happen and everything. I'll be telling your story at the time. Your children, that story is not going to put food on the table for children. If they ask me, if you were close to me and your children will ask me to say, did Daddy say something about him? I don't know, man. There's something fishy, odd about the passing of our mother, our father, our grandmother, whatever. Did they say something and everything? The story that you get, yeah, they normally say they have a calling problem. You know that you have a calling, but you have made it to be a pattern, to be told, to be told, to be told, until your ancestors, because now you are provoking them, until they get to the point of saying, let's close all the tabs. Love tab, money tab, social tab, business tab, work tab, all the tabs. They close them. Then all your tabs, they run empty. Then you have depression. You are angry at yourself. You hate people. You want to see yourself alone. you drink too much alcohol, you take drugs, you want to kill yourself. All of that, they have been made by the fact that now your enemy has achieved exactly what they wanted to achieve. They closed all your tabs because the signs were there. Uguti, what could happen? Signs were there. Physical signs were there. What could happen? But you ignored all the signs and you thought, Uguti, no, man, I'm smart. Now I know, Uguti, should this thing happen, this is what's going to happen, everything. Why do you want to learn the mathematics that's not going to help you in the future? The mathematics of knowing what, should this thing happen, I know that this will be the answer. And then guess what? That won't disappoint you. Yes, you're right. It's going to be that answer. You knew about it. So who are you proving wrong? All right. Coco, I don't know what to do anymore. You know what to do. The fact that you are in this channel, Coco Batin Bata TV, you know what to do. But how long are you going to research for help? Then you know what, guys? Help is now in our fingertips. I've used computer before Google, before the times of Google. Remember, there was a Yahoo searching engine. I remember I had an email address, waltambat at yahoo.co.uk, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But it was .uk at the end. That was a search engine. It was bloody slow. I don't know. It was so slow, but that's where we started. Before social media, before WhatsApp. Now everything is here. It's here. How many people do you see walking in town, looking at their phones and everything? Others, they are in useless groups. They check useless contents and everything. While we strive to look at content that is relevant. If I get something, if I see that this thing's going to help me, I run with it. I don't care where it is in the world. I go to it. I go to look for help. If I need help, I go where help is. I don't write a letter to my enemies to say, this is what I'm thinking. Hey, I don't know. But yeah, why to this is Linda Swanse kids kilobatla tuso. Ooh, I can say what's it, man? You know what needs to be done. You know who can help you. You know who once helped you. Go back. He's far. It's fine. You are the one that is needing for help. Do you know how hurty it's a call where somebody says to you, Usempangen, you far. I thought you were around Durban. And Durban and Mpangen is 250 kilometers. I thought you were around Durban. While some of us go to countries like India, Zambia, Namibia, whatever, travel. You won't phone somebody abroad and say, you are far. We respect them where they are. But when a local, you say, people are far. But guess what? Your enemy will go wherever to get something to bring you down. Trust me. Your enemy will spend their last cent. Why do you think people who are using witchcraft, most of them, they are not rich and they are poor? You can see that this person is struggling. But the way they are so doing negative things, shocking things, it's shocking. How they do shocking things, it's shocking. That on its own is shocking of the shocking things that they are doing. Why most of them, they are poor? Why most of them, they are not progressing and everything? Because they are using their last cent to destroy you. Lalela, at home they might not eat as long as they make sure that they destroy you. Do you know of these people who will buy data to make sure that they discuss you? They will create groups and everything, take videos, take pictures, circulate your videos and everything, wasting data and everything, just to bring you down. That's what they are there for. They are professionals in their space of witchcraft. But we are stuck in postponing. For what? For when? Our enemies are ahead of us. While you see a pattern, while you are stressing about a pattern, they are happy about their consistency in destroying you. But sharp, they don't have a problem with that. They are consistent. If ever somebody wants to perform voodoo in your place, and if they are always there at a certain time, they will come back at a certain time until they achieve their goal. And guess what? Most of them, they achieve their goal. Why? Because they have a good relationship with their supplier of bad mood. The relationship is top of the ground. They understand their game. Why don't you understand the game of sending back to the owner? Send back to the sender. Hit hard to your enemies. But we're folding our arms. We say, no, things will be fine. When?